Alright, can you guys hear me now? I think you should be able to hear me now. About now. Alright, let's see. Yo, Remy, let me know if you can hear me. I think I fixed it. It's just it wasn't pulling from the correct source. Gotcha. Okay, market just opened. We have TRC and BLNK on watch. TRC broke this trend line. We had this bullish flag pennant, but it cracked the trend line, and that's why it's dropped ever since. We're gonna go ahead and just watch it for now, see if it'll form any type of U-shaped pattern or any other pattern that we may like. But as of now, we're just watching because there's no point in getting in. It's downtrending. We don't know if it's going to bounce back. We don't know if it's going to keep dropping. So it's better to play it safe. Let's see. And then but yeah, all right, let's see. This is my scanner. We're, as you guys can see, we're getting in some scans. So let's go ahead and take a look at what my scanner is showing us. VRAW. All right, looking like a nice chart, nice uptrend here. This is something I'm definitely gonna keep on watch. ATTU. Did not mean to put that there. Let's remove that. And then ATTU. Also got INNT. I don't like this one. ATTU right off the bat, you can tell. Doesn't have much volume. This is the 1 day. Let me take a look back at the 3-day. It's alright. Not the greatest chart ever. Let's see. INNT. Let me remove extended hours. Let me see if there's any news for INNT. So, biopharmaceuticals, second quarter. This was on the 20th, and today's the 25th. I don't see any big news on the stock. Not sure why it's running up. It's up 7%, which is huge. All right, let's see. Like I said, I'm watching, or I'm in, I should say, DDE. I'm short. So I'm short DDE at $3. It's right around my stop limit, so I may have to get out and cut losses. And let me just check in on some other place. DFBG 649. INNT, guys, is really popping. Let's see how BLNK is doing. I wish I could play music, but I want to save these videos to post in case I do capture anything, you know, exciting. If I capture some big move and you know, I get in and make a profit on it or something, I'd like to clip the video and post it, but I wouldn't be able to do that if I had music in the background. So that's why I have the headphones on. I'm just playing music for myself because I love trading with music. So let's see. Watching INNT starting to drop. Doesn't look like it's holding its gains at all. Long-term chart does not seem great. So we're gonna say INNT is done for now unless it can bounce back. BLNK is also dropping. That doesn't seem like it's gonna do anything today. I think I've shorted BLNK before. I'm pretty sure it's hard to borrow, so we're not gonna deal with that. Let's check back in on DDE. So what I'd like to see for DDE is for it to crack 3, but the $3 area, the 305, between $3 and 305, is strong support. So I'd like to see it drop down to $2 though, at least minimum, just so I can cover my short, obviously. And let's take a look at what else is popping. Let's see, we have, what else is on the scanner? ATTU still hitting my scanner. V-Ray doesn't seem like it's moving that much. There's a lot of volume, but stock doesn't seem to be moving that much. ATTU had a nice gap up. Looks very similar to V-Ray. As you guys can see here on the left hand side, I have my scanner, and that's where I'm pulling those stocks from, the ATTU and INNT and V-Ray. This is a custom scanner that I built, so it's searching for stocks that are low priced and meet certain criteria that I'm looking for, and that's why you guys will see this. So ATTU, it's really popping, gapped up from 1275 area to 1510. It's up 18%. Let's go ahead and see if I can find out why. So usually for news, I don't have a news streamer or anything like that. For the most part, I just rely on E-Trade and Yahoo Finance to provide news for me. But let's see. So 2 hours ago, ATTU second quarter earnings, 86% license growth. So as you guys can see here, let me bring this over here. So this is super easy to get your information. Yahoo Finance, you just go to Yahoo Finance and type in the ticker symbol. So the one we're looking at is ATTU. You scroll down, you see the news. This was posted 2 hours ago, second quarter earnings snapshot. And then 3 hours ago, second quarter earnings 2018, 86% license growth. So when investors see that, obviously they're like, okay, this company, did well the past quarter, and that gives them hope, for the company to keep going, and that's why it gapped up 18%. But yeah, we're amidst earnings season, we're amidst penny stock earning seasons, and we're gonna be seeing a lot of things popping. So we just got to keep our eyes opened and be ready to make any plays. Let me move this out of the way. Let's see what's going on here. UVXY is down. Oh, we got, what was the other one? PG. Okay. V-Ray, not doing much. Yeah, see, when you take a look at the long term, let's take a look at the long term chart for V-Ray down here. Let's look at the 1 year. So as you guys can see here on the bottom, V-Ray, it's pretty choppy. There's not much that you can identify. You can identify some support levels, obviously some resistance levels, some uptrends, higher lows, that type of stuff. But besides that, doesn't look that great. But let's take a look at why this one is popping. 17 V-Ray, V-Ray. I say V-Ray because that's what the ticker symbol is, V-R-A-Y. But the actual company name is V-Ray apparently. So V-Ray appoints Scott Drake as president, chief executive officer, and member of the board of directors. And as chief. So essentially, it seems like they changed their management. They appointed new people. That was 17 hours ago. I'm not personally familiar with these people, but I'm guessing these are good people to fill in these rose, and that's why investors like what they're seeing inside the company with the management changes. So ATTU, it seems like we're having a lot of morning fakes, some fake breakouts. Saw a bunch of morning runs, but none of them seem to be holding for the most part. Let me go back to the 5-minute chart on this. So for day trading, I typically like using the 5-minute chart. I'll use 1-minute chart every now and then. So as you guys can see, these are two different stocks. They have this morning rip, right? These two green candles. This one only has one. And then they're kind of downtrending, and that's kind of what every penny stock out there is doing. They don't seem to be holding, so we're gonna keep watching. As of now, I don't think we're gonna trade right away. Anyways, we gotta let the patterns form, because at this point it's more of a gamble if you get in or not. All right, let's see. Yeah, so all of the stocks that I'm looking at, they're pretty much the same thing. We have this morning run and they're dropping, so I'm not going to touch them for now because, like I said, it's more of a gamble. And we're just going to let the chart patterns form out, you know? Let's see what the chart says. Let me take a look at some other plays. DDE. We have what else? We gotta find that one stock, you know, that everyone's watching. One thing that Sean Dekmar, my mentor, is the one I follow. One thing he always says is, you know, there's this mob out there, and in the morning they're kind of all scattered around. So within like the first 30 minutes or so, you'll know where the mob is at, because they'll all be shifting to that one perfect play. But as of now, you see ATTU is dropping. That stock is probably done with. V-Ray is pretty much holding, so we'll see if that can do anything in about 15-20 minutes. Let's see, here on the top left hand side we have AWX, so let's take a look at that. AWX higher lows, you see this nice here, let me see, these higher lows right here. I don't know why it's not letting me draw on here. Yeah, I don't know why this is tweaking, but same thing, you guys have the run up, and we're pretty much crashing here. This seems to have gapped up in the morning, and it just started dumping ever since, so it's not really something I want to touch right now. We'll keep it on watch. We have the same thing happening here on CODX. A gap up, and it just crashes down. So now we're trying to figure out, you know, where it's going to go, whether or not it's going to pop back up. And for some reason, just about every stock is like that. V-Ray seems to be bouncing back. We'll see if this can go up to 1150, maybe touch 12. DDE, not much volume here. What else do we got? SRT. SRT. So this pattern right here on the top, SRT, it looks really good, but if you guys take a look here on the level 2, the volume's only 10,900 shares, and we've been open in the market for 15 minutes already. That is nothing, so I'm not gonna touch that stock. Way too low volume. Like, I don't care how perfect the chart may look, if it has no volume, there's no activity there, and it's just not worth it to get in. So just trust me on that. If you do get in on a stock that has no volume, you're gonna end up getting out at a certain price that you don't want to get out at, and it might result in a big loss or something. So here, let's see, we got BSBR level 2, a lot of selling right now. We also have this gap up. We're gonna see if it can hold. This is one of the only stocks that is actually holding its gap up. Let's see, that's a BSBR. V-Ray still kind of struggling there. I like V-Ray. It's holding. I like that it's holding. It's setting higher lows. So we'll see if that can rip to $12 or not. And then DDE, that's 314. I'm just taking a look at other plays to see if there's anything going on. Not much here. Yeah, we have a lot of gap ups and gap downs. Let's see. AWX is looking like a really good short. Here, let me show you. Oh, now it wants to do that. Here, let me show it to you guys here on the bottom. So AWX, looking like a really good short. It's cracking this trend line. Here, let's see if it'll let me draw it this time. And it's not. Okay, now it lets me. I don't know why. Yeah, it's not letting me draw right here. I don't know why. Okay, this line that I'm drawing here, pretty much the trend line for the stock. As soon as this red candle here cracks below that trend line, it's gonna be done for. I mean, it's already done for, to be honest, but once it cracks this trend line, it's just not gonna go anywhere. But like I said, it's looking like a really good short. You look on the daily chart, so we've seen run-ups. So you guys see these 3 spikes here. This is candlestick charting, so that line where it ends, that's basically as high as it got on that day. So here May 10th, it got as high as $3.64, but it closed below at $2.17. So we see one spike here, it doesn't hold, it just comes right back down. We see a second spike here, it doesn't hold, it comes right back down. Third time around, it doesn't hold, it comes back down. So what do you guys think is going to happen on the fourth one? We're more than likely going to see it come back down. That's why I'm saying it's probably a good short. I don't know if there's any shares to short. It's probably most likely hard to borrow. But this can gap down to the 240 area or even lower. But yeah, if you guys can find shares, it's looking like a good short. Doesn't seem like it has much risk of it bouncing back. Only bad thing about this is that you guys can see these when the candles are flat, like down here, that means there was basically no volume. It means the stock didn't change price at all that day. So I don't want to short the stock only for it to die out and not have any volume in the future, and then I'm stuck holding a stock that just isn't going anywhere. But yeah, if you guys can short and cover today, that would be wonderful. Let me take a look around at some other plays. Yeah, V-Ray still hitting the scanner. Like I said, again, left hand side is my scanner. That's my personal scanner it's one of my favorite scanners. And like I said, you guys, look at V-Ray. V-Ray is bouncing up to $12. We were looking at it when it was hanging around 11. So we could have easily made 50 cents on that play. But I'm just looking right now. Let's see what else is on the scanner. Yeah, V-Ray is really popping. I'm sure V-Ray is going to touch $12. It'll probably keep going, to be honest. Look at the 5-minute chart. And you guys heard me say it earlier, like I like the stock. It was holding here at the 11.20 mark, and now it's at 11.97, 11.95. There's the $12 mark. Let's see if we can touch 12.50 now. So now we have to see if $12 can break through Here's the level 2. So you'll see the buyers and sellers. Right now it's 1193 by 1197. We got to see if it can crack 12 or break past 12. And there it goes, 1206, 1208, 1211, 1210. So VRAY is probably the #1 stock out there right now. We'll see if 12 can hold. It ran up really fast. It's up 27%. We were watching it, but I have not taken a position. BSBR up here, you guys see it's still holding too. If that can pick up some volume, it'll also run past $10. And VRAY, let's see if that can just hold its $12 mark. If it can hold $12, you guys, we'll probably see it run to $12.50. Let's take a look at the longer term chart to see how far it can run. Here's the 1-year chart, 5-year chart. So this is the 5-year chart. This is when I first started trading back in 2015. So right now this stock is the highest it's ever been in its entire history. So as of now, there's really no limitation as to how high it can run. There's no levels, but there's natural resistance. So every 25 cents is considered natural resistance in my opinion. So at $12, you're gonna see some resistance. You're gonna see some. You're gonna watch it have some trouble getting past $12. You're gonna see it have trouble passing $12.25 and $12.50. So we'll see what happens with this stock. Let's go back to the 5-minute chart. And then let's see what else we're watching. Yeah, but VRAY seems, in my opinion, like the #1 stock that we should be watching, should have played today. Everything else, like I said, had a morning gap up, and they pretty much just came right back down. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to type in the chat. I don't know if you need to be logged into YouTube. I'm assuming you guys are logged into YouTube, but feel free to drop any questions, comments, concerns in the chat box. INNT, like I said, had its morning green candle right here, one as high as 743, came right back down. Now it's hanging around 688. Volume's only 599,000. That's nothing considering we've been open in the market for almost 30 minutes. As you guys can see, the level 2s compare each other. The top level 2, it only had 1 order come in the last couple minutes. Compared to the bottom level 2, as you guys can see, it's moving, well, not right now, but it's moving obviously way more than the top level 2. So that's another indicator of volume. So whenever you do get into a stock, you want to see the level 2 to be like really active. You don't want to see it looking like this top one, the INNT, because basically that's showing that there's really not much volume. There's not that many orders going through. It's very slow. But VRAY, on the other hand, it's trying to go back to $12. We have a lot of sellers. These 3 red sellers here, $12, now 2 sellers. It seems like they are about to get taken out though, rather quickly. And there it is, $11.97 by $12. Let's see if it can get past $12 and just hold. All right, let's see what else. This has no volume either. UVXY, just watching the overall markets. Overall markets must be doing well. Pretty well, I guess. He said, how's life? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Having a lot of fun. Just came back from New York, as you guys know. Well, most of you know. But it was a lot of fun. Got to meet Sean Dekmar. That's the guy I follow, my mentor, Dekmar Trades. Got to meet him. Such a great guy, really good speaker, very motivated, very passionate about stock trading. Got to learn a bunch of different strategies, got to ask questions, a bunch of stuff. He gave us a free dinner, a limo ride, and along with all that, we got to explore New York City and all of Manhattan. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And my wife, she's good. I am not married. But yeah, Remy, you know. Anyways, it's yeah, V-Ray, as you guys can see on the left hand side on the strategy scanner, that's probably the #1 stock that's been hitting my scanner. HMNY, nothing to see here. Let's go back to BSBR. I like BSBR, but it needs volume. It needs attention. There's no volume on here. It's pretty much doing the same thing that V-Ray was doing. It's holding, but it's just not going anywhere. So V-Ray still trying to get past 12. Seems to be resistance at 12. So resistance, you guys, that basically think of it as a roof for a stock. Now, if I say something has a resistance, that means the stock is having trouble getting past that roof. So oftentimes you'll see a stock go to its resistance line and then it'll come right back down, and it might try it again and it'll come right back down. So that's what we're seeing with V-Ray down here in the bottom chart. We saw it go to $12, and it's that right now is serving as its resistance point because it's having trouble getting past $12. One thing you guys will learn, or if you guys watch the markets, is that previous resistance will become support. Now, support is just the opposite. Think of it as a floor. Basically, a stock will drop down to its support line, and it won't go any lower than that. It'll bounce up on its support line. So that's how I like to teach it. I like to tell people that support is basically the floor of a stock, and resistance is basically the ceiling or roof or whatever of the stock. Oftentimes, though, you will see support lines crack or resistance lines crack. So the stock can still get past those levels. It's not a 100% like for sure that the stock is going to come back or whatever, or bounce on those levels. But most times, often than not, it will. But as of now, like I said, V-Ray, it wants to hold. It's holding 1190. But we want to see a big break past 12 and then have 12 hold as its support line. But yeah, there's a lot of volume, 1197, as you guys see on the level 2 on the left hand side here of the level 2, right hand side of my screen. Left hand side, we have the buyers, so that's the price at which people are willing to buy the stock at. On the right side of the level 2, you have the price at which people are willing to sell at. And then here's the timestamps. Basically, you'll see how many shares were bought or sold at what price. Crazier stocks, you'll just see that level 2 going like crazy. This one's like mediocre. It's not moving that fast. You guys can compare it again to this top one that really isn't moving. So we're gonna go ahead and find some other play besides BSBR, because BSBR doesn't have enough volume for me to play. NEPT, we had its morning run, kind of having a small pullback now. Not much to see there. Same thing here. CODX had its run up in the morning, came right back down. Now it's hanging around 386. Volume's at 1 million, but as you guys can see at this point right now, the level 2 is pretty much dead. So we're not going to watch that because there's nothing else to watch. Another big runner was TRC. Same thing, had its gap up. It was trading around, $20, and now it's dropped down to 16. So no point in touching that. Let's see what else is here. SBBP. Immediately, I don't like this chart. It's a weird looking chart, and that's because there's typically no volume. So every 5 minutes, it'll just go up a couple cents, and then it seems like it'll just come right back down. Trading on a lot of channels. This is a perfect example of resistance and whatnot. So this line that I just drew here, I'm actually gonna screenshot this. Hold on. I just want the, let's see, right here. Perfect. Let me save this. Okay. So The reason I screenshotted this is because I'm probably going to use it later on for a video lesson or a blog post or something. But this line here at 495, this is what I'm talking about. This is a line that's going to serve as support and resistance. So as you guys can see, here, let me switch my tool to a crosshair. Here at 495. So the stock comes down here, it hits 495. It goes back up. It comes down, goes back up. And it's doing this consecutively here with all these up-down candles. And then it goes up, settles up here for a bit, $5 mark. And $5 serves as natural resistance. That's why it's like a pure flat line here at 5. Then the stock cracks 5, goes down. And then the support that we said earlier, 495, holds again. So 495 holds throughout all these candles. And then it runs up a bit. Eventually it cracks right around here. So now 495 no longer serves as support, but now because it cracked, it's going to serve as your resistance line. So it goes down, goes up to 495, it can't get past it. It goes down, goes back up to 495, it can't get past it. Finally it breaks out past 495 and we see a big run to 522. So this is what I'm talking about when I say that previous support becomes resistance and vice versa. Let's see, V-Ray. V-Ray is still trying to battle its way past $12. As you guys know, this is my very first live stream, live stock trading stream. I've done 2 other live streams, but this is the first time I do a live stream while the market is open. So as of now, I'm kind of just taking things slow, getting used to it. I don't know if you guys have ever streamed, but it's kind of weird to do it in front of a camera. It's kind of weird to say every single thought or whatever out loud. So I'm getting used to it. I don't really want to trade today, just because I'm not, it's a new setting for me, you know? I'm not used to live streaming and I'm not used to having people watch me trade. So I'm probably just going to provide some commentary for the next 30 minutes or so, see what stocks are popping, just to put in that practice, you know, get used to this, get used to talking to you guys, get used to searching for these stocks and thinking out loud, because typically when I do it alone and I'm not live streaming, I have my software open and I'm blasting my music. Like I said, I have music on right now. But yeah, like I said, usually I just like being in the zone, and it's just me, my music, and my thoughts. So yeah, so probably not going to trade, just because of that. So we'll see. V-Ray still can't break past 12. We'll see if it can hold. Let's go back to TRC, see if that's doing anything. Still going down. This would have been a beautiful short, but I'm sure there were no shares. Not much hitting my scanners. The last alert that I had was V-Ray 13 minutes ago. Like I said, V-Ray is probably the #1 stock. We were looking at it when it was trading around $11, $11.20. We saw it run up to $11.90. We saw it hit 12. We saw it break past 12 to 12.25, and it's been trying to hang around 12 ever since. But yeah, I mean, any other day I would have probably played that stock. But like I said, I'm in a new setting. I have people watching, and I'm pretty much saying everything that I'm thinking out loud. So I don't know if I want to trade. V-Ray, there it goes. It's past 12. So now what we want to see, now that it finally broke past its resistance line at 12, we want to see $12 hold. We don't want to see it drop below 12 anymore. It's hanging at 12.16. We do want to see that hold. If it can hold, we can see this run up to 12.50. Just gonna make this a little bigger for you guys, because this is the #1 stock to watch right now, in my opinion. The right hand side, like I said, that's the level 2. You'll see the buyers and sellers. Let me fix this one because that is TRC V-Ray 1225. Yeah, we could have made $1 on the stock. If I would have bought 1,000 shares, I would have made $1,000. But like I said, new setting. I want to get used to commenting, you know, providing market commentary, talking to you guys, looking at these stocks, and whatnot. 1192. So there, it came down below 12. We'll see if it can come right back up. If it can't, the stock's probably gonna die out. But now's the time. 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time is usually when the breakouts begin to happen. And so it's perfect timing that we saw it break past 12 at 9. But let's see if it can hold, because it just came right back down. It's at 1196. We'll see what it does. In the meantime, I will be looking for other stocks. Let's see. Not much going on here. DFBG. Not much going on here either. DFBG was another stock that I liked. Here, we'll come back to V-Ray. V-Ray's back above 12. DFBG is one I was watching yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. When you look at the daily chart, it's looking pretty good because you have an ascending triangle pattern. So we want to see it break past 637, or we want to see the trend line crack. So here, let me see. Oh, not a guideline. Whoops. Did not want to put that guideline. Okay, we're gonna do. So basically, and it's not letting me draw for some reason. Okay. Anyways, if I were to draw a line here, connecting these candles, these higher lows, and then have this guideline. I could do a guideline, right? Have this guideline here basically, along with the line that would be connecting these higher lows. That's an ascending triangle. And let me see if I can pull something up from Google for you guys. So, ascending triangle pattern. You guys can Google this. You guys can read about it. Basically, this is what we're looking at. You have a flat line of resistance, and the support is these higher lows. At the corner of the triangle, usually the stock doesn't get that far, but essentially if the stock cracks this support line, you're looking to short this stock. If the stock is going to break out past this resistance, you're looking to buy the stock because it's going to run. So you'll see that here. You see these higher lows, like I said, these hold, and then finally it breaks out here at the breakout point, and it'll run, as you guys can see this one running. You see this multiple times. You guys can, again, just go ahead and Google this, read into it, ascending triangle. And that's kind of what we're seeing here, but it's not letting me draw for some reason. It's letting me draw those. I don't know why. Remove last, remove last. Guideline. I want a trend line. Yeah, it's not letting me draw for some reason. But yeah, we want to see 637. We've been watching this for what, like the past 5 minutes, and there have been no orders. Volume's only at 16,000, which is nothing. So we're just gonna honestly forget about that. Let's go back to V-Ray 1230, and that's what I'm talking about, you guys. Like I said, we saw this in the morning. We saw it hanging around 11:20. And now we are at 1230. Price target was 1250, so we're gonna see if it can actually get to 1250. Yeah, this is a beautiful run out. Beautiful. Again, if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the chat. I can go ahead and see that. Yeah, there it goes, 1237. Just gonna tweet this out real quick. And the way I found out about the stock is my scanner here. You guys can see it on the left hand side. It's still hitting my scan. So this will alert me any stocks out there that are moving really fast, low price stocks typically. But like I said, this is a custom built scanner, so it's searching for stocks that fit my personal criteria as a stock trader. And it's my favorite scan. I have different ones on here, but this market open one is it's by far the best scan that I have, the best scanner. And that's how I found out about V-Ray back when it was around $11, and now we're at 1221. We're gonna see if it can continue to set these higher lows. You guys can see the same thing happening every time. We have one big green candle, a small pullback, then we run up again, small pullback, and then we run up again. So let's see if we can have a small pullback and then keep on going. Obviously the stock can't run up forever, so we'll see what type of chart patterns we start forming. But I have no doubt this is gonna hit 1250. I mean, it already did. That's the high of the day. Like I said, every 25 cents usually serves as natural support or resistance. So 1250 is going to be a level that a critical level we want to watch for it to break out. If it breaks out past 1250, we can easily see 1275. We break out past 1275, we're easily going to see the $13 mark. But let's see what it's going to do. It's only 9:12 a.m. here in Chicago. And let's see if it can break past its 1250 mark. DFBG not doing anything. DDE not doing anything. BXY not doing anything. See, my scanner is still scanning, just giving V-Ray. Yeah, I made this bigger just because that's the #1 stock to watch, you guys. Okay, let's see. How would you prepare / react on an unexpected drop on a stock you bought? So there's different things you can do, Frankie. You can either set what's called a stop loss order. Basically, a stop loss order is you putting in like an order that will get you out of the position that you're in at a certain price level that you get to choose. So say we got into this stock right here, V-Ray. Say I got in right now and I didn't want to get out if it dropped lower than 12. So my stop loss would be placed at $12, and if the stock did drop to 12, chances are my order is going to execute and I'm going to get out. But besides that, if you don't use stop loss orders, you just have to be disciplined enough to get out yourself as soon as it starts dropping to the levels that you want to get out at. Usually the way you choose those levels is you'll choose a support level to get out at, or resistance level to get out at, or something. But yeah, if I were to buy this stock right now, I would buy it right now, hoping, or not hoping, but expecting it to hit 1250 at least, make 25 cents. And I would probably risk the $12 mark, because if it cracks $12, chances are it's just going to downtrend for the rest of the day. So we want to see $12 hold as its support. Let's see, what else are we watching? There's not much going on, you guys. I mean, all the other stocks, like I said, had their morning runs and they gapped down, or they started downtrending. They were just selling off. The V-Ray is the only one that ran up, had a small pullback, but it held its gains, kept running, and right now we're seeing a pullback. Like I said, this could pull back as low as $12. We'd like to see $12 hold, but if it doesn't hold, we're gonna have to get out. So if you guys want to get in on this stock, it's the stop loss would be placed at 12. because as soon as it cracks 12, it might just sell off. We're gonna see if it can bounce up to 1250. This is the first time we see two consecutive red candles. So we'll see how that plays out, because every time it's had a pullback, it's only been one red candle. Each of these candles is 5 minutes. So let's see if it can close at a green. If it can close at a green, chances are we're gonna see it touch 1250 again. But if it's red, investors, traders might not really like that, and they might start selling, and we might see it crack 12 or go down to 12 and see if 12 holds. Let's see what it's gonna do. I hope that answered your question. If not, let me know. I can clarify or rephrase it. Okay, there it goes. 1239, 1242, 1244. Now what we want to see, we're going to see resistance at 1250, but we want to see 1250 break. So we want to see it break past 1250 and then have that 1250 become a support line, and now our new support and our new stop loss would be around 1250. But let's see if it can have enough volume to break past 1250. But like again, you guys, we're seeing the same thing. These are predictable plays. You have this big run up, small red pullback, big run up, small red pullback, big run up, small red pullback. Like I said, if we see two consecutive red candles here, traders are not going to like that, and we're going to start to see a lot of selling, and who knows how far back of a pullback it's going to have. But as of now, it's doing the same thing. 1238, 1240. Let's see if we can get to 1250. All these other stocks are just not doing anything. But yeah, like I said, usually in the markets, I don't like hopping into a play right away in the morning. Right now, I would hop into a play. Oh, there goes V-Ray, 1249, 1249, 1250. Let's see if it can break past it. It's looking like the buyers are gonna get. It looks like they're gonna take out the 1250. There's a lot of buying. 1246, 1247. So usually when I'm looking at a stock, I will look at the chart just to make the first decision of whether or not I want to play the stock. The chart and the volume, that determines whether or not I want to play the stock. And then once I determine that yes, I do want to play a stock, I start analyzing the chart a bit better, and then I focus on the level 2. If I am in a stock, the level 2 is what I'm looking at, which is this window right here on the right side with all these colors. Basically, the colors don't really mean anything. It's just a visual to help you spot the levels at which they're buying or selling at. So all of these 1247s are going to be in green. Then the next level, 1246, is going to be in red. 1245 is going to be in yellow. Same thing on the right side. All of the 1248s, 1247s, they all have different colors. Just to give you a visual representation. So you guys can see here the 1244 is more stacked than the right hand side, so that kind of gives you an idea about where the stock's going to move. As of now, like I said, we're holding. Same thing, run up, pull back, run up, pull back, run up, pull back, run up. It's looking like this is going to break past 1250, and if it can break past 1250, chances are we're going to see 1275. So be prepared for that. Making 25 cents on a stock is more than ideal, only because I play higher, big positions. My scanner shows LX as another stock. Oh, let's see V-Ray first though. It's hanging right around 1250. 1241, 1244, and it just came right back down. And there's our little pullback. Let's see if it can keep trying to break past. Let me go ahead and put a trend guideline around here. It's 1247. We want it at 1250. So that line I just placed on there, you guys, that's what we want to see it break past. And then we want to see that line hold as its support, or its floor, as I like to say. Let me see LX, which is the other stock that hit my scanner. Let me remove this. LX is looking okay, but there's no volume, so I'm not going to touch it. That still has nothing. Still has nothing there. V-Ray still hitting my scanner. So like I said, you guys, V-Ray is the #1 stock to watch right now. And like I said, not much news. There is news 18 hours ago where they appointed different people into different positions. And oh, never mind. Let's see. V-Ray pre-releases preliminary second quarter 2018 revenue of 16 million and reaffirms revenue guidance of 80 to 90 million for 2018. Okay, so it seems like they announced the preliminary second quarter results. So right now we're in the time where companies are announcing their financials, their earnings calls. So they're announcing how they're doing financially. Investors get to see how much debt they have, how much money they're making as compared to last year, as compared to last quarter. And they also get to see what the company's projections are for the future. So what this company did, V-Ray, is they released a preliminary report. It's not the actual report. It's a preliminary one that basically said that they're doing better than the previous quarter. They're doing better than last year, and they're expecting to have high profits in the future. I don't really like that just because it's a preliminary report. It's not the actual report. But as you guys can see, that's all it takes for a stock to get some hype. This stock yesterday was trading around $9.50, and now we're at $12.50. So those $3 would have been nice. All right, 1247. I just want to see this line. I want to see it break past 1250. And then the longer term chart, like I said, we said this stock is as high as it's ever been. Let's see. Yeah, other stocks are not moving anywhere. Yeah, everything seemed to have gapped up and just sold off in the morning. They just came down. There's 1250 still, 1248 by 1252. It seems like we're about to break past 1250 here. Level 2 kind of slowed down, so volume might be slowing down right now, you guys. Let's see. If it breaks past 1250, however, though, we're going to see volume pick right back up. 1249 by 1250, and there it is. 1254, 1255, 1248, 1257, 52, 54, 51, and like I said, it broke past 1250, and now we see this level 2 a lot more active. So now here at this mark, a lot of people are going to be looking to take profits, especially those who bought in super early. So it's going to have even more trouble holding. And you guys can see it. We had a large green candle, pull back. This run up was pretty much the same, but it was done in 3 candles. This run up here, this candle isn't as big as the last run ups. And then we had the pullback. This candle is even smaller than the other one. But now, like I said, we want to see 1250 hold as its support, hold as its floor. We don't want to see it crack 1250. Now, when I say support or whatnot, when I say I want it to hold 1250, it's give or take, 5-10 cents. of some wiggle room. It's not 1250 exactly. So just because it hit 1249 or 1245 doesn't mean it's like, oh, you got to get out. Usually I like to leave a wiggle room of 5 to 10 cents. So when I say I want it to hold 1250, really, I guess I'm saying I want it to hold 1240. Because if it goes that low, then yeah, you guys should get out. $12.47, $12.48. It's not doing much. If you guys have any stocks you guys want me to look at, feel free to type them in. I can go ahead and go over those. $12.49, $12.48, and you guys see right away the level 2 is slowing down. Not much volume. Scanner just picked up GBR. Let's take a look at GBR. This should be link 2, link 1, GBR. Hi, Sarah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
GBR. Let's see what's going on here. Yesterday it was trading. It seemed like it opened up around 1260. No, 1265-ish. Came down and then it bounced right back up to $3. Let's see. See if I could find any news. Receives extension. New Concept Energy receives. So let's hear. Like I said, usually rely on Yahoo Finance or E-Trade for my news, just because it's free and it's fairly accurate. Company received notice from the New York Stock Exchange of acceptance of a plan submitted by the company to regain compliance with the New York Stock Exchange regulations. So basically, what this says is that the stock was kind of in trouble. So in order to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange, there's like certain requirements that the company has to meet. Same thing for the NASDAQ and OTC Bulletin Board and stuff like that. The less reputable the exchange, the easier it is to get on there, obviously. So the New York Stock Exchange is obviously one of the biggest and the main ones out there. So it's a big deal that they're receiving an extension basically to get things in order, to stay listed on the New York Stock Exchange. If for some reason we see that the stock is going to get delisted, you're going to see the stock drop a lot. But they got this extension, so investors are pretty much hopeful, and that's why you see this big run up. Looks like a good play, not very predictable, mainly a news play. Volume is pretty low. You guys can see here on the right side, the level 2, the top, 537,000 shares. That's pretty low for me. Go back to V-Ray. V-Ray has a 4.8 million volume, and it's still holding around 1246. So as of now, 1250 is still holding as its resistance line. This is my breakfast, by the way. Little Smarties. As you guys can see, here on my left-hand side of my scanner, GBR, still hitting. $317, $319. How far can this stock run? Let's see. Take a look at the daily. This is like a recent, basically supernova. Ran up from 173-ish to $12. That's wow. And this was back in June, and then it came right back down. You see this giant red candle. This is the daily chart. This is the past 100 days. So how far can this stock run? I would say not much. Not much. It already had a giant run. It's not going to replicate that same run. I know that for sure. So it could touch 350. It'll probably top out if it did get there. But besides that, I don't think it's gonna run much. Let's go back to the 5-minute chart for V-Ray. So as you guys see, V-Ray had a pullback 1230. So if you guys did hop in around 1250 or whatever, like I said, 1240 would have been my stop loss. I would have been out. I would have saved myself another 12 cents. Let's see if it can keep going or if it's gonna crack. See, as of now, when you guys see this, obviously this doesn't look very appealing, so people are gonna start selling. Next support line we would want to see is $12. Let's see if it can bounce back up from 12. If it zooms right past 12, then the stock is just going to sell off and it's pretty much going to be done for the day. So there's my support line that I drew for at $12. Resistance line is at $12.50. Let's see what happens. See my scanner's picking up GBR still 3 minutes ago, up 19% for the day. I'm gonna try to live stream at least 2, maybe 3 times a week, just because I want to get into practice. I want to get used to it. There's a new platform coming out for stock traders. It's called Tradecaster, and it's going to be on tradecaster.com. It's not live yet. It's coming in like September, October-ish. But basically, if you guys are familiar with Twitch, it's basically Twitch for stock traders. It has a bunch of features for stock traders. It has charts, obviously, and different widgets that you can place, different scanners, stuff like that. So essentially, you can sign up, create a free membership, and live stream while you're trading. So that's the main platform I'm going to be using. But in the meantime, I'm going to be live streaming on Facebook if possible. I don't know why it didn't work today, but I'm going to be live streaming on Facebook or YouTube if necessary. And what's it called? And then once the new platform comes out, I'm going to switch over to the new platform and use that as my primary live streaming tool. You guys could comment and everything. You guys can I can create a chat room, and it'll be a nice community. You guys will have access to my videos and whatnot, so you guys can watch my video library and stuff. So I'm just getting started. This is my first live stream while the market is open, so it's gonna be fun. Gotta get used to it. Not much happening here. Whoops. Not much happening here. V-Ray's holding 1225 natural support. You guys heard me say it earlier. Every 25 cents, it's basically a natural support and resistance. So we saw it drop down from 1250 to 1225, and 1225 is gonna hold as natural support. It's not as strong as other support levels, given that there's no like other there's no other chart patterns or whatever to go based off of, so you can't really define other support levels. But it seems like it's holding the $12.25 mark as natural support. So here's the first time we see 2 consecutive red candles. Like I said, that is not appealing to traders, so we're probably going to be seeing a bunch of selling, and chances are this is going to drop to the low 12s right now in the next 5 minutes. But we'll see. I mean, maybe this 1220 mark will hold. Don't think it will. And there it goes. There it goes, just like I said. Yep, just cracked. It's gonna settle around low 12s right now, And then next thing we're gonna have to watch for is to see if it'll hold this line at $12. But unless this starts bouncing back, it's gonna keep going down to the low 12s. What differentiates that platform from others? So this is E-Trade Pro. Not a lot of platforms out there. Wait, I don't know. Are you talking about E-Trade Pro, like the platform that I'm using, the software I'm using right now? Or are you talking about the Tradecaster one that I was talking about? Just let me know. I don't know which one you're talking about. $12.19. The streaming platform. So it's different from traditional streaming platforms just because it's tailored towards stock traders. So like I said, there's like going to be a bunch of different widgets that you can move around on your screen and whatnot. So it's specifically for stock traders. So there's that. But when it comes to the stock trading industry in general, there's nothing out there like it. So it's literally like the Twitch of stock trading. Like I said, there's no platform out there for stock traders specifically that will let you live stream to people, have a chat room so people can chat while they're watching you. It'll also allow you to customize your widgets, look at charts, look at different scanners. It will let you, what's it called? Verify your profits and stuff. So a lot of a lot of traders out there claim to be making all this money and whatnot, and they'll post screenshots like claiming that it's real and stuff, and oftentimes like it's fake, and you can easily manipulate things to make it seem like you're making more money. But with the platform, it'll allow you to connect your brokerage account, and basically it'll just transfer your trades over, and it'll verify how much money you've made or lost in the markets. So there's little things like that. There's already a platform that does that, the verifying trades thing. But like I said, this platform is going to be different, Tradecaster.com, because it's going to allow traders to sign up and a live stream and stuff. And as a live streamer, you can charge for your live stream a certain fee per day, and it's pay-per-view. They are probably going to introduce some membership packages as well, but for the most part, it's going to be pay-per-view. So you'll only pay for what you watch. So you won't have to pay a monthly membership, and on days that you can't watch a certain person, you're not going to lose out on that money, essentially. So if you're free to watch live streamers on Mondays only, you're only going to be paying Mondays, because that's when you're going to log in and decide to pay. So that's those are like the main features of it. Obviously there's going to be more clarification on what those features are exactly, but that's the main difference for that platform. And my phone just died, and my music died. Like I said, when I'm alone, I typically like playing music really loud and just being in the zone watching these stocks. Let's see. GBR is still hitting my scanner. Let's see what's going on there. 330. So it seems like the $340 mark will serve around its resistance or so. And there it is. At the very top of this candlestick, a 340 is where it topped out. It came right back down, hanging around 329. That's the resistance line that we're gonna be looking for it to crack. Like I said, I don't know how to feel about this stock. It ran up super fast. There's no red candles in between, so we're bound to see a red candle. Like I said, a stock can't run forever. And what is all these? What are these lines? Okay. Okay, so we see V-Ray back up to 1250. Let's see if it can break past 1250. Volume's picking up. You're going to see the level 2 go a little crazy. especially if it breaks past 1250. And if it does break past 1250, we're going to see 1275 minimum, I would say. And if we can securely get past 1275, we'll be looking at $13. But let's see if it can if it can break past. I like that it held this 1225 mark. It bounced back there, so we're gonna go ahead and mark that as a natural support line. It's like 1220 really, I guess. But yeah, as you guys can see, it ran up here, bounced back on the support line, and now it's looking to test the resistance line. A lot of sellers here, as you guys can see, at 1250, 1,959 shares at the NASDAQ market maker, but it seems like they're gonna take them out. As you guys can see, that seller is no longer there. So let's see if they can break past 1250. It's looking like we are gonna break past 1250. Let's see if it can do it. 1248 by 1250. 1249, 1250. There it is, 1249, there it is, 1251, 54. Let's see if it can hold. If it can hold, like I said, 1250 becomes the new support line, because resistance then becomes support, and vice versa. So there it is, 58 by 61, 60, 1260, 1258 by 1260. Like I said, we're most likely going to see it touch 1275, and then 1275 is going to serve as natural resistance. 1258, 1261. 1261 by 1262. And this is the first time we see like a heavy pullback, 2 red consecutive candles. We have a new line of support around 1220, and it can bounce right back up only to rip past its resistance line of 1250. Now 1250 is going to be the new support. And let's see what's going on with other stocks. Let's see, nothing much there. Nope. AWX. AWX is kind of forming a U shape. So this is AWX. You kind of have this U-shaped pattern here. We'd want to see it pull back a bit and then run up, but we'll see. The volume's too low for me. 183,000 shares, and it's already been over an hour since the market has been open, so that's probably not something I'm going to touch. Like I've been saying since the very morning, V-Ray is the #1 stock to watch. We were watching it around 1120, and yeah, like I said, if we would have got in, we would have made over $1 per share on the position. So if you would have bought 10 shares, you would have made $10. If you would have bought 1,000 shares, you would have made $1,000. So yeah, let's take a look. $12.55. Like I said, 12.50 is probably gonna hold. It's holding right now, so now we're gonna let it consolidate there for a bit, above 12.50, and then we want to see it break past 12.75 so we can see the $13 mark. Let's see, and I'm only gonna be streaming for until like 15 more minutes or so, and then I'm still obviously gonna be watching the markets, but I won't be live. You guys can feel free to message me or, you know, hit me up on any social media platforms, and if you guys have any questions about this stock specifically or any other questions, you guys can go ahead and message me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions or help you guys out. Whoops, did not mean to place those. 1266, 1265. So it's holding, you guys. We want to see 1275, so then 1275 can hold this support and see it touch 13. like I said, the stock is the highest it's ever been, so there's really no idea of how far the stock can run. So we're gonna have to keep watching. I don't want to get in right now. At this point, it's chasing. We should have got in around 11:20 when we were watching it in the very beginning. That would have been a perfect entry, but right now it's too high up there for me to chase. It's up 32%. One thing that Sean Duckmar said over the weekend during a seminar is that if you can see the spike visually, then it's already too late to get in. And there's 1270, there's 1270. Like I said, you guys, if we see 1275, if it can hold, we're gonna see $13. But so far, all of my calls have been on point. It's looking like it is going to hold. What we don't want to see is we don't want to see it top out at 1275, because as much as we want to see 1275 hold as support, it could also hold as resistance, and it might not break past 1275. But not a lot of sellers at 1275, so we're going to get right past that. 1271 by 1279, 1270 by 75, 71 by 76. So like I said, you guys, at once you decide you guys want to play a stock, the most important thing to do is watch the level 2, because that gives you a better idea. It's the actual source of where the stock is going to be moving. And there we go, past 1275, 74 by 83, 74 by 82, 74 by 82, and there it goes. So now it broke past 1275. We want to see 1275 hold. If it can hold for a couple minutes at 1275, we're more than likely going to see $13. Let's see, 1270, 1268. So as of now, like I said, it's a little too late to buy. But if for some reason I were to get in on this stock, my stop limit would be placed around 1250. But right now, we want to wait to see if it can break past 1275. AWX still holding, not much going on. Oh, the volume wasn't that low on AWX. It's actually at 3.4 million, I think. Yeah, I don't know why it was showing that other volume. AWX is picking up right now as well. It just ripped up a couple cents. It's at 345. Just saw it rip up like 10 cents in like 2 seconds. So AWX is kind of one to keep in the back of your mind. But like I said, V-Ray is the #1 stock to watch today. 1272, 1273. Once in 10 minutes, 10, 11 minutes, I'm probably going to sign off. Only because that's typically when I like to trade, between 8 to 10 Central Time. But going into past 10 a.m. Central Time, what you're basically going to see with these stocks is you're going to see it consolidate throughout the afternoon, and then at the end of the day, the last hour, we're probably going to see stocks run up even further. So you guys can see V-Ray 1275 did hold. Now we're at 1289. Like I said, we get past 1275, we're going to see $13. So let's see if the 13 mark, it's probably going to top out at 13, just because it's been running up so much. But we'll see. High of the day is 1289. My scanner is still picking up V-Ray and GBR. Those are the main two, I guess. AWX is looking pretty good. GBR is actually selling off. As you guys can see here, it ran up all the way to 1341, 1340, and came right back down to 305. Not doing much now. Volume seems to have died out. This is the level 2 for GBR. As you guys can see, not much going on. So we're looking at V-Ray. V-Ray is still holding. Yeah, we would have got in around 11.20 or whatever. We would have made roughly $1.50. Let's see, 12.90, 12.91. Let's see if we can touch $13. Let's see if we can get to 13. I'm gonna go get a water bottle, so I will be right back. So I don't have any water. Gotta go buy some. 12.92. High of the day is 12.95. Like I said, we're gonna see 13. Probably gonna top out there. Let's take a look. 12.90. So now what we don't want to see is we don't want to see the stock fall below 12.75, because if it does, then it's going to touch 12.50, and if it cracks 12.50, it's going to come down to 12.25. So like I said, every 25 cents serves as natural support or resistance. So once you break those 25 cents, usually you're guaranteed another 25 cents or so. Not always the case, but more times, often than not, that will be the case. I don't know why GBR is hitting. Oh, that was 17 minutes ago. So yeah, GBR was doing well 17 minutes ago, but now it's dropping. So I'm not a stock I want to touch. V-Ray is at 12.81. Let's see if it can keep going. 12.82. So like I said, we want to see 12.75. So let me go ahead and place another line there around 12.75. And there's 12.75. So each of these lines is basically they're pretty much 25 cents apart. So we want to see all of these lines hold as support. So if it does bounce down or whatever, start dropping down, we want to see 12.75 hold. If for some reason 12.75 doesn't hold, and you're holding a position, you would get out. If you get in somewhere in this range between these two support and resistance lines, you would risk the stock dropping to 12.50. But yeah, that's why I placed those lines as support lines. This is the first level of support. Second level of support is the 12.50. Third level of support is around 12.25 to 20, and then the last support line is at $12. If it drops to 12, yeah, that's just, it's done. But for now, it's still holding. We're going into 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, which is what everyone basically goes off of. But after that, not much is going to be happening after this last hour or whatever. In the next couple hours, people go out to have lunch. People don't really want to be watching the markets, so you don't see as much activity. So you're going to see stocks kind of just like not really going anywhere. And then the last hour and a half or so, you're going to see stocks starting to move again. But here, take a look. V-Ray, 12.99. We're hitting 13. It's going to break past 13. 12.95 by 13.05. Let's see if it can keep going. High of the day still. Oh, there it is, $13. Let's see if it can break past it. 12.95 by 13.05. 12.95 by 13.06. So $13 right now, you guys. That's the high of the day. 12.93 by 13.05. So we just needed we need a little more volume because it did slow down, as you guys can tell. The level 2, it's not moving as quickly. But let's see if volume can pick up. 13.02, 13.04, there it is. Broke past. Level 2 goes a little crazy. Let's see if 13 can hold. 13.04, 13.06, 13.08. High of the day is now 13.11. Let's see if 13 can hold. And this is really what I do in the market. So you'll have a bunch of stocks to start out with. You'll look through all of them. You'll pretty much watch all of them. And then little by little, it's like you're just eliminating them one by one, the ones that aren't really moving, the ones that are starting to break down or whatever. So you'll be canceling them out. You know, it's kind of a process of elimination until you narrow it down to those 2 to 3 stocks that are, you know, the really good ones. I went ahead and did that rather quickly today. I didn't really get a chance to show you guys that exact process because I was having issues with the live stream. But I narrowed it down to V-Ray. It was thanks to my scanner. And like I said in the very beginning, this was the #1 stock to watch. And now we're gonna see if 13 can hold. So now in the next hour or so, if 13 does hold, chances are it's going to be hanging around 13, 13.25, 12.75. You know, it's probably going to be a big price range. But essentially, it's not going to really like keep going up drastically or drop down like drastically. It's probably just going to consolidate and hold there. And then the last hour and a half or so, we're going to see either 1, people are going to be taking profits and the stock's going to drop, or 2, there's going to be more volume. People are going to like that it held out throughout the day, and the stock's going to keep running up to 13.50 or whatever. But now, yeah, definitely not looking to get in just because we're going into the afternoon. Let's see. $13 is still holding. Let's go ahead and add that. So there's that line. As of now, 13, I guess you can really say it's resistance, just because it hasn't secured a position like above 13. So that's why we're at 12.90 now. If I were to get in on this play, my stop loss order, or where I get out, would be 12.75. Alright, so I think I'm going to sign off right now, you guys. Like I said, if you guys have any questions about this stock specifically or about anything else really, feel free to message me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, and I will be happy to answer those questions for you. Right now, before I sign off, V-Ray seems to have small pullback. Probably gonna crack past 12.75. We would like to see 12.50 hold, but we'll see. The last hour, I'll be providing some more commentary via Twitter, specifically on this stock, to let you guys know what I think about it, and I'll be watching it throughout the day. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I don't know if I'm gonna live stream later. Probably won't. I might do a Q&A at the end of the day if I can get Facebook to work, but if not, I will let you guys know when the next live stream will be, and I'll have my accounts ready to trade and actually get into a play. So see you guys. Thanks for watching.